Hey, what's going on YouTube? We're back from New York and it's time to get back to work with a video about the remainder of my gym equipment and my full workout split. So let's begin with where I do most of my heavy lifting. This is the Marcy Platinum 10.0 Power Rack, and I believe we got this from Sports Authority before it went defunct. I got this in 2006 when I was training for track and field for high school. So I've owned this for greater than half of my life. I'm going to show bench press real quick. How I like to do bench press, I like to take a slightly wider than shoulder width grip, and I keep my elbows at an almost 180-degree angle throughout the portion of the lift. I inhale on the downward portion and exhale on the upward portion. That's all there is to it. But watch as I actually show my abdominals. Don't judge me, just got back from New York. On this rep, and what I actually do with my back, instead of arching my back, I engage my abdominals to try and keep my back as flat against the bench as possible. The advantage of doing so is twofold. First, you're not using your head against the bench, squeezing your head to try and lift up the bar, because that can happen sometimes with those lifters that are arching their back, not keeping their feet completely flat against the ground. Just a little bit of back arch is okay, but just don't overdo it. And also, it develops your core. It utilizes your core as a bench press component, and instead of using so much of your lower chest in an arch position, you're engaging your upper chest to drive the bar. Watch this video of Rob Gronkowski doing bench press at the NFL Combine. This is a masterclass in bench press technique. Watch as he engages his core to level out his back against the bench as he's pressing upward. I wish more would do that variation of bench press lift. I know for certain Rob could have done more repetitions if he had been doing a YouTube or Instagram vanity lift with arched back. All right, the remainder of this bench inclines to almost 45 degrees, so you can do inch climb bench press. Goes up to 90 degrees so that you can do seated dumbbell shoulder press if you want to. It declines so you can do pretty straightforward decline bench press if you want to. I don't utilize very many variations of bench press in my lifting, but this is removable for preacher bench curls, and this bar catches, or this will catch the easy bar when you're doing preacher curls. If I were to put a weight on there, sorry about that screech. The one exercise for legs that you should never do, well, there's a few of them, but this one is very injurious. The leg extension. Extremely injurious, outright not worth it. But that's it for that bench. Now, what would actually make it easier for you to flatten out your back when bench pressing? We bought this separately. Marcy Platinum Flat Gapless Bench, because the original Marcy bench has a gap in the middle and it's tilting when you're actually trying to flatten your back against it. But the gapless bench, again, look at the core muscles. Don't judge on the quality because we are back from New York. A weekend of eating in New York. And look how I engage my core muscles to try and flatten out my back. Try that bench press variation. See what it does for you. All right. In Home Gym Tour Part 1, you already saw the Nordic Track adjustable dumbbells that I used. And these are from Wider. So I've never had a problem with these being, air quotes, off-brand. But like I've mentioned in previous videos, it's a huge advantage to have dumbbells that actually get smaller the less weight you need. instead of having dumbbells that are fixed width, adjustable dumbbells that are fixed width, like the Bowflex, for example. But compared to the NordicTrack, I feel the adjustment is a little bit stiffer. So maybe a little bit of WD-40 would help. So these are the wider dumbbells, very similar to the NordicTrack that I've shown in my previous video. Now, this piece of equipment, I made a short about it, the EZ bar. This is what I contribute almost all of my arm size gains to. You can see the end cap. This is from Gold's Gym. This is at least Gold Gym's branded. We got this from Wally World around the same time that we got the Marcy Platinum rack. This whole time, I realized that I'd forgotten that there's a pulley system that I should have demonstrated earlier when I was talking about this power rack. But yes, it's a completely functional pulley system that we aren't able to put any weights on as of right now because of clearances. So there's no space to do so. And the reason I feel there's no clearance for us to put weights on there was because when we first moved in, we put the entire assembly against the wall because we didn't know how else to configure the weight room, and we just never bothered to move it forward a few feet so that we can put the weight on there. But yeah, you can do seated lat pull downs with this. And then another interesting exercise that you can do is the cable curl. You can also do them from a supine position. From the equipment closet, we have additional weights for these adjustable dumbbells, and you can see there's just really no comparing anymore. See how wide these are, and even though these are adjustable, these are by Reebok, it's like they will loosen up. You can see you can see it happening in real time. So this style of adjustable dumbbell, I don't recommend it. It was not worth the frustration in my experience. Here are some additional Gold's Gym. The end cap is a little bit worn, but yeah, this is Gold's Gym branded. They take standard weight plates, and these are adjustable dumbbells too, but they're just more frustration than they're worth. You're fighting the clips during most of the movement. Fat grips. Fat grips. I cannot praise this product enough. It turns an exercise that you thought you knew your limits into something new. So turns the same exercise into something completely different. Because with a wider grip, you're engaging your forearms more. I don't know what percentage these have increased my arm size by, but these have been an invaluable component of all my lifting equipment. Invaluable meaning valuable, of course. What a country. And this, I believe we got the idea for this from an infomercial. This has been with us forever. A lot of brands make these nowadays, but it allows us to do floor ups. When I say floor ups, I mean door ups. Door ups. So, what else do I have in my equipment closet? Aha! A weight belt. And this, I have no doubt, is Chinesium. I can tell from the quality of the chain. But weighted door ups we can do using these. There we go. Just a few to start. I even printed out or wrote out a paper workout split for my brother, which is not too far from what I do. And this elliptical machine is functional. We don't use it very often. This elliptical machine has made some cameos in my other videos. As for what I think about ellipticals and improving your fitness, if you're coming from a completely sedentary background, yes, I do believe an elliptical machine can improve your cardiovascular endurance. Think about high school and heart rate zones and how long you should be in each heart rate zone. As for those who are demanding more out of their body composition, I think you'll hit your ceiling very, very quickly with what you can do on an elliptical machine. You should graduate to an exercise bike, treadmill, or outright road running for your cardiovascular exercise. And that, I believe, is everything I have to show you about the equipment in this room. Now let's talk about my entire workout split. I am on a 12-week program right now. 5 weeks on, 1 week off. There's an A week, and then there's a B week. A week, day 1. And I'm dubbing over my real-time commentary as I just got too long-winded when describing my workout split. This is best described as my recomp program, trying to improve body composition while maintaining weight. Day 1 is upper body barbell day. I do 1 warm-up set of bench press and 5 sets of 5 reps at 85% of 1 rep max, with 3 to 4 minutes in between sets. This rep range focuses more on strength than outright hypertrophy. Lifting comparatively heavier helps me maintain muscle mass while eating in a caloric deficit 4 to 5 days a week. I don't understand the logic of those who increase rep ranges and decrease the amount of weight to try to maintain muscle. The rest of my workouts, though, do focus on hypertrophy. 3 sets of 12 reps of standing EZ barbell curls with up to 2 minutes in between sets. 3 sets of 10 reps of decline bench skull crushers with up to 2 minutes in between sets, and 3 sets of 8 reps of preacher bench EZ bar curls with 2 minutes in between sets. If I anticipate my workout being longer than 1 hour, to minimize the amount of cortisol released during a long workout, I will partition it by doing the preacher bench curls later in the day, but adding 1 set, effectively turning day 1 into a 2-a-day. And we're back to using the equipment that I showed in Home Gym Tour Part 1. Day 2 is going to be a complete rest day, not even playing pickleball due to the sheer difficulty of day 1. Day 3 is going to be dumbbell arms and treadmill day. So on day 3, right out of bed, I drink my greens blend and then head on downstairs to do 4 sets of 10 seated alternating bicep curls, and then I eat my first meal of the day. My cardiovascular exercise is a brisk, think heart rate zone 3, maybe 3.5 for 5 miles, which is effective at improving my cardiovascular endurance, but also saves enough energy for me to do a leg workout the next day. Later in the day, I do 3 sets of 10 seated dumbbell shoulder press, 3 sets of 10 single arm dumbbell preacher curls, and 3 sets of 10 single arm bent over bench tricep extensions. Day 4 of a week is my leg and abs day. Under the same principles as bench press, after a warm-up set, I do 5 sets of 5 parallel squats. Then I do the same Russian twist workout I made a short about. And I definitely get more use out of this 511 plate carrier than LARP, as the SAPI plate inserts allow me to do weighted pull-ups. Day 5. I do 100 partitioned weighted pull-ups with repetitions spread out into all parts of the day. Sometimes I do sets of 20, sometimes sets of 12. It just comes down to whenever I can find the time to do them. For my main workout, I do incline bench dumbbell hammer curls with 3 sets of 10. And finally, I'll do rope triceps pushdowns as a drop set, starting with the heaviest amount of weight that I can lift, doing as many repetitions as I can, and then dropping the weights in 4-plate increments and doing repetitions until my arm refuses to cooperate. And after all that, day 6 is going to be a complete rest day, making sure that I eat in excess of 1,000 calories surplus. And day 7, again, I'm eating a caloric surplus, but I'm also on the treadmill for an hour in heart rate zone 2, maybe 2.5. B week is going to be the same as A week, except instead of leg day and squats, I'm on the treadmill for another hour. So 3 days of cardio on B weeks. So let's finish up this video with a discussion on cost. As always, I don't expect everybody to buy exactly what I have. This is just an example of how you may want to set up your home gym, the equipment I use, my reasons for owning it, and what I do in my workouts using the equipment that I have. We accumulated all of these components over time. I don't expect anyone to go out and buy everything all at once. These NordicTrack dumbbells, they're considered a budget set of adjustable dumbbells. They're polymer coated internally metal, but the handles are most decidedly metal. It's very quick adjustment, and the size of the dumbbells, the overall length getting smaller, I will never stop mentioning it, is an invaluable component of owning adjustable dumbbells. I've owned these for air quotes only 3 years, but in that time they've been reliable. I don't drop or slam my weights on the ground, so for my uses, these adjustable dumbbells, although they're considered a budget set, have served their purpose. Now, this Inspire FTX functional trainer, I can show you what I paid at Costco to get it, and you won't believe me. Do not spend what Amazon is asking for this assembly. How you may want to try and find an assembly that you like is to go to your local sporting goods store and see if they have a floor model that they're trying to move or previous models that they're trying to get rid of. These, if you have a van, a Honda Odyssey or something, because we use our 99 Honda Odyssey to move this from Costco over here, picking it up in person is usually the far better choice than buying this online. So please look locally for something like this. And also, the specific Marzi Power Rack that I showed at the beginning of the video is no longer for sale from the manufacturer. You can get it secondhand, but you don't need to because Amazon sells a much better product at a reasonable price that I would even pay. You do have to buy an Olympic barbell and a set of Olympic plates. I don't have any experience buying those from Walmart. If anyone does, please let me know about the quality, but the EZ bar that I showed earlier in the video, that is from Walmart and has held up, coming up on 18 years. The plates, the coating, there's going to be variances based upon where you get them. Coating may not hold up over time. The casting of the plates may have different quality controls built in. So I don't know whether I would cheap out on getting a set of Olympic plates. Some people have bought them secondhand and have had much success, but please tell me about your experience in obtaining Olympic plates for your home gym. Now, let's talk about the piece of equipment that none of y'all actually cared about. I did look at my video analytics for my home gym tour part 1, and very few of you were actually interested in the treadmill and outright tuned out of the video when I started talking about the treadmill. This is also not 100% necessary to maintain a lean body composition. I do as much cardio as I'm doing out of choice. I can make an entire video about how much cardio is actually necessary for maintaining a lean appearance. Hint is as much as you want. But this one you don't have to outright go out and buy, especially this particular model. This is a 2950 and is not for official sale by the manufacturer anymore. I don't actually have any recommendations besides the 2950, but for my purposes and how it integrates with my workout, I couldn't be happier with this. Anyways, let's machete edit back to the beginning of the video. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. As you can tell, this is the same house and the same basement where I recorded exercise videos 11 years ago. And as I've mentioned, I've had some of this equipment for 18 years. And all it's managed to do was get me married and have 2 kids. Thank you for watching.